and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to have this video ready for you because it's tax season, guys. It is tax season, and I think this is such an important video to make because I've been getting so many questions about taxes. A lot of people have been really liking my videos and my blog posts on my website, jessicamorehouse.com, about self-employed taxes and sales tax. A lot of people, I feel like in 2020, started a side hustle or started freelancing or, started their own small business. And so there's a lot of tax questions that I've been getting because of those videos, which is great. And lots of the questions I've been getting lately is, how do I actually file my taxes? What do we do now? So that's what I'm gonna explore in this video. So I have partnered with TurboTax, and I am going to show you how to use TurboTax in two different ways. So I'm actually going to show you how to use TurboTax Live Full Service, and also just the kind of regular standard TurboTax if you're to kind of do it yourself. So the first version, which I walk you through, I actually did it myself. It is basically if you want to just gather all of your tax documents and hand it over to someone else to deal with. So you just don't, for me, honestly, being self-employed, I like the organizational stuff of getting ready for taxes, but I actually don't want to do them. I want to give it to somebody and it's their problem. So there's a way you can do it using TurboTax now called Full Service. And then I also show you, if you want to do it yourself using the software, I do it, show you what exactly it looks like so you know what to expect. Some important things to mention. Number one, if you're like, I don't even know what documents I need to do my taxes, I got you. I made a resource years ago that's still very relevant called my tax prep checklist. So I'm gonna include a link in the description of this video so you can download it so you have an idea of what kind of documents you may need to have ready to file your taxes. Also, if you want to try out any of the different TurboTax products, and there's a ton of different ones for every possible situation, well, number one, you can go through the whole process as I show you in this video for free. You only pay when you want to actually file your taxes, so there's no kind of downside of just trying it out, testing it out yourself, seeing if it's right for you. But if you did want to file your taxes, well, if you want to save a little money, get a little discount, I've got you too. I am going to include information in the description of this video, special promo code for you to use to get some money off. So without further ado, let's get to it. I've got quite a bit of stuff to share with you, so let's get this video started. So without further ado, let's get to it. I've got quite a bit of stuff to share with you, so let's get this video started. Okay, so I'm so excited to make this video because in the past 6-8 months, I've gotten so many questions about self-employed taxes, and that has a lot to do with the first blog post that I put out and then some videos, and I'm getting so many great messages and comments, so thank you so much. Well, it's tax time, guys, and so we need to start thinking about how are we going to file our taxes. And one way to do it is using tax software such as TurboTax. I've personally used TurboTax for a number of years, and I'm also going to try it out myself this year. So I'm going to show you a few different ways to do it. I'm going to start with one that you may be interested in. I'm the most interested in. This is what I would choose if I were you, or if I were me, is basically clicking on here. It's called TurboTax Full Service. So there's one version here that is if you are an employee. If you do not earn any self-employed income, you would want to use this. If you are self-employed, and that means if you earn any kind of self-employed income. So that means if you're an employee with a side hustle, this is the one that you're going to want to choose. And if you're, of course, like me, fully self-employed, all of my income that I earn is self-employed income, this is what I would choose. Now, this may be something you want to do because basically you just gather all of your tax information, you get it prepared, but once you have everything organized, then you basically just provide them with all of that data and they do it for you. Yes, you hand it off to them and they just do it for you. Now, typically tax software was for if you want to do it yourself, and there's a couple different ways you can do it with TurboTax. The kind of original way is I'll do my taxes, and this is what, the first time I ever did my taxes myself, I used TurboTax, and this is what I used. And so if you have a very simple return, so that would really be if you're an employee with a T4, couple deductions, there, it's free. So you can do that for free. Awesome. This is for families, students, and individual returns. So maybe if there's a little bit more, a little bit more complex, maybe this is the one you want. If you have, some investments that, have to deal with the taxes for, rental properties, you want Premier. And if you're self-employed, you can DIY your self-employed taxes using this one. There's another kind of middle ground. If you're like, I don't know if I want to totally DIY my taxes, but I also don't want a tax expert to do it for me. Is there something in the middle? It's called assist and review. So this is for if you're an employee. This is if you have any self-employed income. It's basically kind of the best of both worlds. You get to DIY your taxes, but you get on-demand advice from a TurboTax expert along with a full review of your tax return. So it's kind of that, I just want someone to look it over for me and let me know that I didn't miss anything or I filled things out correctly. So this might be what you want to do as well. So without further ado, I'm going to first show you how the full service self-employed, since I'm self-employed, works. And then next, I'm actually going to show you what it looks like if you were to DIY them. Now, another important thing, because I also get asked this all the time, what's great about TurboTax is, and it says this, start for free. So that means you literally can fill out all of your information, and this actually goes for full service as well, because I've just completed it. You fill out all the information, you use the program, you don't pay a dime. You do not pay until you file your taxes. So there's kind of nothing to lose. You don't lose any money just from trying it out yourself. Have some fun with this tax time and just try it out and see which one is right for you. You could also try out one and be like, no, I want this one or I want this one. Anyways, without further ado, let's go into the full service self-employed tax return, how it works. Okay, so I've logged into my account and this is what it shows you. So first, you have to verify your identity and then there's some next steps after that. So I'm just going to click start here. And as you can see, it is asking for some very personal information that I do not want you to know. I'm not sharing you my SIN number. That's not happening. So I'm going to fill this in and then click next and show you what it looks like after that. Okay, so it says all my personal info is up to date. Now let's get you authorized with the CRA so our experts can get to work on your return. I'm going to hit continue. And we're going to go to the next step, authorize TurboTax Live. Big step. We know authorizing allows us to get all relevant documents directly from the CRA so we can prepare your return. Okay, I'm going to click start. And then I have to sign this agreement, which I will get to and then show you what it looks like after. Okay, awesome. And the next step is to connect with an expert. Now let's get you connected with the tax expert who will prepare your return. I'm going to click start. And awesome. Connect with an expert. We can give you a call in 5 minutes or you can schedule a call instead. So yeah, let's schedule that. And it says the earliest time available is Thursday, January 21st, 2021 at 12 noon Eastern time. Cool. That's cool. So then I just have to fill in my details and then confirm my call. Okay, so what happened in between was I set up an initial call with a rep from TurboTax. So they are not your designated tax expert. It's just someone to kind of explain the process, gather some more information. And once they're done that, the call I think was honestly 5-10 minutes, very quick. Then they assign you a tax expert. And basically the next day I got an email saying, all right, log back into your account and then do your next steps to move forward. So here I am. I've logged back in the next day and I'm going to do my next steps and let's see what they are. So as you can see here, this says verify your identity and I'm going to click that. And what does it want from me? So it says here, please share a photo ID for verification required by the CRA. If you're on a mobile device, add file button will open your camera to take a photo of your ID. But I'm on desktop right now, so you can just go add document and then you can definitely just add a document. Not going to do that right now. And what's this thing? Documents, nothing. Okay, great. I think that's probably your ID will populate once it's uploaded. All right, next, self-employment. Please complete the fillable self-employment PDF in Docs, save it, then upload a copy of the completed form to us. Okay, let's see what's here. Okay, perfect. So this has a bunch of information you need to fill out, like your business name, business number, if applicable, a business address. So I feel like I've been answering this question a lot for people who are self-employed and are a sole proprietor just running their business under their personal name. Then you would just put your personal name here. But if you have something different, like for instance, my business name is actually Jessica Morehouse. It's a bit different. It's a different last name than my personal name. So I'd actually put Jessica Morehouse here. Business address, description of services provided, the type of business you're in. So, for me, sole proprietor, total sales for the year. So this is where it comes in handy, keeping track of all of your revenue, business expenses throughout the year, either using, accounting software or spreadsheet. Make sure you've got all your ducks in a row before doing this, because you're going to have to answer this. And if you don't know the answer, well, there's going to be some paperwork on your own time. Does this include GST, HST? Is this reported on a T4A? And what else we got? Okay, now it's asking for expenses. Please provide a total dollar amount for the year if applicable categories. What's great is when you are, especially if you are using accounting software, like it will, when you do input your expenses, it does require you to categorize them. Sometimes it'll auto do it, but make sure to go through it, make sure everything's accurate. And then when you have this screen here, you know exactly what numbers to put in there because it'll be identical to what is in your accounting software. Next, home office. Did you work from home? Let's see. Yes, I did. Expenses. If yes, please provide the total dollar amounts. Perfect. And so you'd put in, how much did you spend in heat, electricity, insurance, mortgage, interest, and maintenance. And vehicle information. Did you drive your vehicle for your business? I did not. Vehicle is, well, it doesn't matter because I didn't have one. But this is, if you did, you would put like a lease, or did you finance it? And what's the make, model, and the year? And next, expenses. If vehicle was used for business, please provide total dollar amount for the year in applicable categories. So again, this is why it's so important throughout the year to track your fuel, how much you're spending on fuel, car insurance, licensing, maintenance and repairs, and parking and toll, interest paid if you finance your car, and leasing costs. So this is something that my husband actually has to do. He does use his car for his, some business. So he does track his fuel and stuff like that. So something to remember to do. And so more fun things to fill out if you do have a motor vehicle. So this is where you'd fill out all that information, your make, model of your vehicle, enter the number of kilometers you drove to earn business income. What's great is I think QuickBooks, and I did a previous video actually about QuickBooks a few years back, but on the app, it does have a way for you to more easily track your miles. So that's something definitely to look into. It'll just save you a bunch of time. Otherwise, you just have to keep those receipts. And then more information about your vehicle, and that is kind of it for that. I'm gonna close that section. Just kind of want to see what's going on. Checklist. Please upload completed self-employment form here. Oh, okay. So you just basically fill that out and then you upload it here. Cool. Okay. So just get out of that there. And next, Canadian citizenship, elections, Canada, and foreign property. What do we got here? Checklist. Are you a Canadian citizen? If so, do you authorize the CRA to provide your information to Elections Canada to update the National Register of Electors? Oh, you just type in, yes, that's fine. Okay, great. Oh, there's more. Okay, gotcha. And I'll just go save that answer. And next, do you own specified foreign properties at any time in 2020 with a total value of at least $100,000 Canadian? And my answer will be no. Okay, so I think that is it from there. So I guess I'll just close that one out. And perfect. So for me, I'm just going to fill these two forms out myself and show you what it looks like next. So real quick, I just wanted to show you after I verified my ID and put in all of my self-employed information, this is what it looks like. It says it's been submitted. It is in progress. So a tax expert is taking a look. I guess, let's see. No. So you can always refresh it, but it's refreshed. If you go to this documents tab, this is where all of the documents that I've uploaded exist. I'm not going to show you what those are, but that's where they all are. So you can safely share documents with your expert, which is great. And tax expert. So here's a direct route to your expert. You'll find all of your previous messages here. Experts are online during normal business hours and typically respond the same day. So I haven't had any communication with my tax expert, just waiting for my next steps. But if I had a question, I would just type in a message right here. And yeah, that's how it is. So really now I'm just waiting for my tax expert to review all of my information and for us to have a session together. Now, obviously I can't really show you what that looks like because that is kind of private information. Like I actually provided them with all of my real tax information. Can't share that on the video, but just so you know what the process will look like for you is you would have a video session with them. What's great is you can see them, but they cannot see you. So there's no reason to get out of your robe or pajamas. I mean, I'm in my robe and pajamas right now. And then you would basically go through your return together. I would highly recommend to make sure if you have a list of questions, if you have like things, write them down in advance so you don't forget to ask them during your session together. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Okay, so that's how full service worked. Let's see what happens if you wanted to do the DIY version. So I'm going to click start for free. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside once you've made an account or you've logged in, and it kind of gives you an idea of what to expect. And let's click continue. All right, how did you do your taxes last year? I used an accountant. We have real tax experts available to help you. If you need to file your 2018, 2019, that's okay. We have you covered. Also, yeah, just a reminder, make sure to file all of your back taxes as well. Don't let that just, not get filed. It's going to be a headache down the road, so don't do that. Okay, continue. Okay, we've got your tax situation covered, so you can be confident with your taxes are done right. First, we'll ask you a few simple questions. We then save time by importing your data from the CRA. You can find and enter your tax info at any time. Finally, we'll review your tax return to make sure nothing gets missed. Let's get started. Who are you preparing this tax return for? Myself, but hey, you can do it for someone else or your spouse. Great. What's your name? Jessica. All right, then marital status. I'm married. Did you get married in 2000? No. Continue. Okay, how do you want to prepare your return? We recommend that you and your spouse prepare your returns together to optimize credits and deductions. The combined outcome will always be the same or better than if you had prepared your returns separately. So this is something very important to bring up. Do you want to prepare your returns together? For this example, I'm just going to say no, and I'm going to move forward. Do you have any children or financially support another person? Your spouse partner would not be considered a dependent for the purposes of this question. If you support your spouse partner, you qualify for a different type of credit. We'll take care of that later. Yes, I do have children or financially support another person. No. Continue. Well, actually, I want to go back. Oh, easily go back. So that's nice. Guide me. That's interesting. Oh, look at that. Okay. So here, this is great. And this is, I feel like definitely improved since the last time I used TurboTax. It's so much more intuitive. So if you have questions, they've got some great ways to figure out just to make sure that you're going to file it right. So I'm going to go back, but that's really great that there's this guide me button. So continue. Now it's asking me for my private information. Obviously you're not going to see this. I'm going to do this and then click next. All right, where did you live at the end of the year? Generally, where you lived on the last day of the tax year determines what credits you're entitled to. If you moved during the tax year since is still where you lived on December 31st or the last place you lived in Canada during the tax year, that will decide what applied to you. So you can click this. I'm a non-resident or left Canada during the tax year. What should I enter? But I will choose my province of residence. And did you move from another province territory in 2020? Answer is no. Continue. Did your Canadian residency change in 2020? If you moved into or away from Canada during 2020, it is likely that your residency has changed. Yes, my residency has changed. The answer for me is no. Is your mailing address outside of Canada? No. So, but you can click yes. And then what is your mailing address? Obviously going to fill this out my own and then click next. Okay, so here's a page that says stay up to date on Canada's latest tax changes. I mean, yeah, COVID really changed some things. COVID-19 tax info. Here's some info on common ways that COVID-19 may have impacted your tax situation this year. Employment benefits. If your employment was affected in 2020, you should receive a slip reporting the amounts. This includes EI as well as CERB, CRB, CRCB, and CRSB benefits. These amounts can be imported through autofill My Return or entered manually in the income section. Work from home expenses. You may be able to claim expenses if you had to work from home due to COVID-19 closures. Very important because that's pretty much everybody. And child care costs. Payments made for child care even during COVID-19 closures may be eligible expenses. You'll need all of your child care receipts to enter this info in the deductions section. Tax law changes. Here are a few federal tax changes to look out for this year. Canada Training Credit. The Canada Training Credit, CTC, is a new refundable tax credit which may be used for eligible tuition and fees paid for courses taken during the tax year. Oh, that's awesome. Digital news subscription tax credit. This is a new non-refundable tax credit for those that have paid for a digital news subscription to a qualified Canadian journalism organization during the tax year. Interesting. Well, that's very exciting. Cool. Okay, so, and you can see provincial tax changes here. Let's see what this says. So nothing for Ontario, but I guess if you click them, okay, it'll have some more information for you depending on where you live. So if you want, check those out. All right, I'm going to click continue. Awesome. And continue, I guess. All right. Income and work-related expenses. Jessica, did you work? I did. Please tell us what kind of work you did. I was self-employed. Check any that apply. All my self-employment income is reported on a T4 or T4A slip. Note, subcontractors generally have their income reported on these slips, not me. I have business expenses to claim that are related to earning self-employed income, and then choose your province. And these are some other things that maybe you were applicable for, not me. Next, did you have other income that you have not yet told us about, such as scholastic, foreign, disability, alimony, child support, death benefits, and Canada Workers Benefit payments? No. Jessica, did you, your partner, or dependent receive split income? This does not apply to pension income splitting. And again, if you're like, what are you talking about? You can click on it. It will have the definition. Okay, no. Continue. Okay, Jessica, did you make contributions to a retirement plan such as an RRSP, PRPP, a registered pension plan, or the Saskatchewan pension plan? I did. I made RSP contributions. I previously reported but unused RSP contributions. I do not. And there's a bunch of other options here. I'm just going to move forward. Did you withdraw money from a retirement account or receive retirement type income such as a pension or annuity? No. Jessica, do you need to make repayments to the home buyer's plan or lifelong learning plan? No, but important if you did. Did you have income from investments such as interest earned on investments, the sale of stocks or stock options, the sale of real property, income from rental property, or other related investment expenses? No. Financial health. Why are you asking about my financial health? Jessica, do you have any of the following accounts? I do have a TFSA and an RRSP. Continue. Should I click on this? Yeah, maybe I should. Why are you asking me? We're asking questions about your financial situation so we can better offer tips and tools to make the most of your tax refund. Okay, if you choose to answer these optional questions, we'll provide you with the financial information and options that help you save money for your future and improve your financial health. Okay. Beneficial. Continue. Were you a student in 2020 or did you have student expenses for yourself carried forward from previous years? No. Did you have moving expenses? No. Did you buy a house, condo, or apartment or mobile home? No. Did you own or hold specified foreign property where the total cost amount of all such property at any time in 2020 was more than $100,000? No. Did you have any losses from this year or prior years to report? You must have sold or deemed to have sold something in order to report a loss. Losses inside an RSP do not qualify. No. Did you dispose of property in 2020 that was your principal residence for any of the period that you owned it? No. Do you have eligible expenses that qualify you for the home accessibility tax credit? No, but you can click on that if you want more information about it. Did you make donations to charity or political party? I did. Charitable donations is what I made. I made donations to a qualified charitable organization. Do not include donations reported on a T4 or T4A slip, or report these through the T-slip entry. Okay, great. I have donations from a previous year that I haven't claimed yet. No. And there's a bunch of other options. I'm going to just pass. Are there other deductions such as digital news subscriptions, public transit, union or professional dues or alimony that you want to claim? If I were to go yes, what's it say? Okay, and then there's way more information. So you can always play around with these as well. I'm just going to say no. Were you a volunteer firefighter or a search and rescue volunteer? No. Do you have a mental or physical impairment? No, I do not. Do you have medical expenses for yourself? And what does a medical expense mean? Now, if you want to know what those are, you can click on this link. That'll take you to the CRA website, and it'll have more information about what medical expenses you can claim. For this, I'm just going to say no. Oh, and there's that, I'm not sure, guide me. Did you make tax installment payments for 2020? I'm going to say just no. It's a lie, I have, but I'm just going to put that there for now. Were you incarcerated in 2020? I was not. Continue. Okay, so here's your tax profile summary, kind of summarizing all of the answers that you gave. Oh, we just want to remind you that the Climate Action Incentive Credit has been added to your return. When you get to the provincial section, we'll ask additional questions to see how much you qualify for. The refund amount you see on the left-hand side may change based on your answers. Okay, great. Oh, life changes. We've got you covered. Our experts will make sure you get the best tax outcome guaranteed, etc., etc. Let's learn more. Okay, so here you go. So if any point during the DIY kind of version of TurboTax, you're like, I want some help, some assistance, please. You, I guess, click on that button, and it'll basically put you into that assist and review product. But for this, I am not going to do that. Okay, let's just move forward and see what else there is to show you. Okay, it says automatically fill in part of your return. File with confidence with the CRA's autofill my return. We can access tax info provided by your employer and securely import your tax info from the CRA. And yeah, I would probably do this. So I'll just go continue. Great, now let's enter the rest of your tax info. Oh, and so this page is explaining their premium pack. I guess it's kind of an add-on, which you get audit defense and ID protection. So it's a additional fee on top of that. I'm going to say no for this example, though. I should also mention, though, when you do TurboTax Full Service, it includes audit defense. Okay, so I'm going to stop here because I'm not going to put in my real numbers for my RSP and anything like that. But basically, you kind of get the gist of it, right? Oh, look at this over here. It already has a possible tax refund for me. But basically, you would just continue, put in your RSP information, any other deductions. There's some provincial stuff that you may put in. Then you review all your information, and then it will update your tax refund here. And then you would just file it, and TurboTax net files it to the CRA. So literally you click the button, you pay, and you file your taxes. It is that simple. And there we go. That is it. I hope you learned something. I hope this was helpful for you to see what it actually looks like to use either TurboTax Live Full Service or the kind of regular do-it-yourself TurboTax, or, using assist and review is another option. That's kind of the three options you've got there. Now, if you want to try these out for yourself, like I mentioned in the video tutorial, you can try it yourself and it's free. Like, you don't pay until you file, so there's literally nothing stopping you. But if you do want to use it and file it, make sure to check the description of this video because I've got a special promo code for you so you can save a little bit of money, get a little discount for you. So I hope this has been helpful. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Comment below if you have any questions about taxes. Happy to answer them or put you in the right direction or send you some resources. Make sure to also download that tax prep checklist that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. I'll include the link in the description, and subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. That's the most important thing. Subscribe. So that is it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.